Hello, good evening to all centers. Welcome in today's current affair class. So in today's current affair class, we will discuss some important news that was already you see more controversial from last 15 to 20 days. And in today's current affair class, the first topic that is a part of your GS paper 2, and we can say international relation. The topic is SAARC versus BIMSTEC. Okay. In yesterday newspaper, in the Hindu, you had read about a high drama between taking place between the foreign minister of India and Pakistan at SAARC meeting that was happened in New York, and there was both the foreign minister of Pakistan and foreign minister of India both boycott each other statements. Means when Pakistan foreign minister was speak during the meeting, in that time India's foreign minister was boycott, means he was not present at that room. And when Indian foreign minister was spoken, in that time Pakistan foreign minister left the entire meeting. So we can say it's a high drama stage at SAARC meeting. This was a heading used in yesterday the Hindu newspaper. Okay. Second important thing, recently our foreign minister S. Jaishankar said that India's foreign policy is more aims to enhance cooperation under the BIMSTEC. Okay, our foreign policy, India's foreign policy is aims to more enhance cooperation under BIMSTEC, to develop more cooperation under BIMSTEC, as there have been problem with SAARC. So this is statement used by our foreign minister of India, that India's foreign policy is more to develop more cooperation, to more strong relation with the BIMSTEC members, not with the SAARC, because there is some problem with the SAARC nations, and there we are more, India is shifting more towards BIMSTEC. Now in today's class we'll see in both the aspect what is all about SAARC, and what are the which of the following countries are member of SAARC, when SAARC was established, and what are the causes for failure of the SAARC. Because from last we can say 4 to 5 years, we had seen that there is a utility of SAARC organization as a international organization is decreases, and not India, other part of South Asian nations, for example Bangladesh, India, Nepal, they are more engaged with the BIMSTEC organization. They are not interested in SAARC organization. So what is the reason behind for the failure of SAARC, and why BIMSTEC is become more important and is taking place of SAARC nation? Okay, so first of all we'll see about what is SAARC, and then we'll see about BIMSTEC. Okay, this is the statement given by our finance minister. Remember that India foreign policy aims to more enhance cooperation under BIMSTEC, as there have been problem with SAARC nations. Okay, there is a problem with the SAARC nation. Let's start first. What is SAARC? So this is important for GS paper 2, that is a part of IR, international relation. Okay, GS paper 2, the part of IR international relation. Okay, so let's see what is SAARC. The South Asian Association, the South Asian Association and Regional Cooperation that is SAARC. Okay, the South Asian Association and Regional Cooperation was established. This was established on 8 December 1985 at Dhaka, that is Dhaka in Bangladesh. So it was established in 8 December 1985 by a charter, SAARC charter signed by a group of nations came together, and they found an organization named called SAARC. Okay, so it was established on 8 December 1985 at Dhaka, Bangladesh. Okay, now, so what is it is a regional intergovernmental organization. What is SAARC? It is a regional intergovernmental organization. It is regional intergovernmental organization and geopolitical union in South Asia. Okay, in South Asia. See, first of all, we have to understand what is all about SAARC. Okay, and which of the countries are member of the SAARC nation, when it was established, and then we will know what are the problems related with the SAARC. Why importance of SAARC means decreases these days, and why BIMSTEC is more important when we compare with the SAARC. So SAARC was established on 8 December 1985 at Dhaka, Bangladesh. Okay, and what is this SAARC nation? It is a regional intergovernmental organization and geopolitical union in South Asia. Geopolitical union in South Asia. A group of 8 nations. Group of 8 nations. Okay, which of the following are the nations? First is Afghanistan, second Pakistan, third India, okay, fourth Nepal, fifth Bhutan, sixth Bangladesh, okay, seventh Maldives, and 8 Sri Lanka. Okay, the group of 8 nations. Okay, so Afghanistan is considered as the newest member, and it joined SAARC in 2005. Okay, Afghanistan is the newest member who joined SAARC nation. Previously it was a group of 7 members. In 2005 Afghanistan joined, and it is considered as the newest member. Okay, now when SAARC was set up, there was some principle defined. On that principle, the group of nations will be working together, and they will be follow the objectives, principle. See, any international organization, whatever international organization you know that exists in today's, they have some principles, and that principle is defined by the group, all the member of the particular organization, that we have to follow these rules and regulation, these norms, we have to follow this protocol that will be signed under the international organization. So similarly, SAARC also have some important principle, that is on what principle group nations come together and on what principle SAARC working. Okay, so what is the principle? On what principle this nation work together? So basic principle is all the nations placed together to respect their sovereign equality, respect sovereign equality, principle of sovereign equality first, okay, sovereign equality. Second one, territorial integrity, territorial integrity. Third, political independence, political independence. Political independence. Fourth, non-interference in the internal affairs, non-interference in the internal affairs. Okay, so these are the some principles that is defined under this SAARC. Respect sovereign equality, territorial integrity, okay, political independence, non-interference in internal affairs, and the last one you can say fifth one about mutual trust. Mutual trust. Okay, each and every nations, all 8 nations have to follow this principle. They have to respect in each and other territorial integrity. They not interfere in internal matters. Okay, for example, 2 years back when Nepal government, they created their own constitution, Indian government when interfere in their local, in their internal matter, that time a dispute started between India and Nepal. Because the Madhesi tribes means they have to, Nepal government is not giving such equal right with the Nepalis. So there was a problem. Indian government interfere in the internal matter of Nepal. There was a situation created there. That is one tension created between India and Nepal. Similarly, you see India and Bangladesh. There is a problem between India and Bangladesh about Tista water river disputes, or a migration of some people from Bangladesh to India, a creation of enclaves there. So whenever any country interfere in any other matters because of any other reasons, there was a problem of dispute, there was a problem of tension between these two nations. And mutual trust, they have to respect each another territorial integrity, they have to respect each and other principle of sovereignty. But there is no any mutual at present time, there is no any mutual trust between this group of nations. So mutual trust, the declining of mutual trust between all these nations is one of the reason behind for unsuccessful of these SAARC international organizations. Okay, now what is the importance of SAARC? Why SAARC is considered as more important for importance of SAARC? Okay, SAARC important because it defines South Asian identity. It defined South Asian identity. South Asian identity. And second important thing is geographical independent. Geographical independence. South Asian identity. Importance of SAARC today is it is an organization that reflects the South Asian identity of the country historical and contemporarily. South Asian identity historical, when we talk about history of all these nations, they have the same history. They all are the colonial, they part of the British colonial government. They all ruled by British government in past 17th, 18th centuries when we talk about. So they have a historical identity, and contemporary recent time also we see same situation everywhere exist, all the 8 nations. Geographically independent nations. What is the meaning of this? This is a naturally made geographical entity. Equally there is a cultural significance. Okay, that is independent. When we talk about independent, then we see Himalaya is present in north. Okay, Indian Ocean in south. So we can say all the nations, when we talk about all the nations, they bound by a similar geographical identity. Means Himalaya present north, the Himalaya is present, then we know Indian Ocean is present. All the nations are part of South Asia. So because of this geographical independent, this all nation have the same cultural, same religious, same language. We will see the same language people in different part of other nations also. So because of this geographical independent, all the peoples belong to the same class, linguistic, religious, that define the South Asia. Because of all the peoples, whether you talk about Pakistan, they also speak Hindi. Afghanistan people also understand Hindi. Bangladesh also understand Hindi. When in Nepal, Bhutan, wherever you visit, you see the same linguistic understood by each and everyone. So because of geographical independent, because of presence of mountain in north and presence of vast ocean surf in southern part, we see there is a similarities between each and every nations. Okay, whether in terms of religious, in terms of language, in terms of cultural significance, even when we talk about the food system, fooding habit of people belong to the same. So it represent a geographical independent. Okay, despite having such a similarities, despite having such a common thing between these nations, this group of nations not trust each and everyone, and they are not working together. Because of this, utility of SAARC is declining these years. Okay, so it comprises 3% of world area. Total SAARC nation is 3% of world area, 3% of world area, 21% of world population, 21% of world population, 21% of world population. And when we talk about the economy, total economy, that is 3.8% of the global economy. 3.8% of the global economy. 3.8% of the global economy. So importance of SAARC, these are the some important point you should note down. South Asian identity. When we talk about South Asian identity, the historically and contemporarily, at present time also they have the same identity as when we talk about in history time. All the 8 nations are the part of British colonial part. Okay, and geographical independent because of foundation by Himalaya in north and oceans, Indian Ocean in south. They all peoples of this location is not migrated to any other part of the world. They means all constituted in this small subcontinent. They part of the Indian subcontinent. Why we say Indian subcontinent? Because the small continent, we consider a small continent because the presence of mountains, barrier, water body in south. People of Pakistan migrated to India, India migrated to Bangladesh, Bangladesh migrated to these nations. So this is a one nation. It was in history, when we talk about a few thousands years back, then all the part of the same nations, they all belong to the same area. Now there is a boundary line between this Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, Bangladesh, Nepal and Bhutan. So culturally, language, religiously, and even the types of fooding habit, everything is the same of all 8 nations. These are the some important point. At the same time, it represents most densely populated. It is most densely populated, okay, and one of the most fertile areas of the world, and one of the most areas of the world. So you see 21% of world population. This is not a small thing. It's a 21% of world population that, you know, India, second populated country of the world, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, this all, when we combine the population of all the eight nations, then that is a 21% of the total population of the world. And you know, India, as similar to northern part of our India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, all have a very good fertile land surface. So agriculture activity is more dominant here, okay? Agriculture activity is more dominant here. So this is the most densely populated, and all the SAARC countries have common problem, okay? When you talk about all the SAARC nations have common problem, and because of these common problems, they want common solution also. Like common problems like a poverty, problem of poverty, okay, malnutrition, okay, hunger, malnutrition, unemployment, natural disasters. You already know, if there is earthquake occurred in Nepal, in our country, Bihar, Jharkhand also disturbed. Few days back there was earthquake in Pakistan, in Karachi, so we know there is a disturbance. We also experience a vibration in part of India. So natural disasters, when you talk about natural disaster, one part of South Asian nation will be disturbed. If there is any natural disaster happened, that also create a problem to other part of the other nations. So these are the some importance of SAARC, and because of cultural and language and religious similarities, this make up one identity of South Asian nations, okay. Okay, now write the objectives. Objectives of SAARC nation. What are the objectives of SAARC? First, to promote the welfare and improve the quality of life. To promote the welfare and improve the quality of life. Second objective, to promote the welfare and improve the quality of life, to accelerate economic growth, third one, to promote and strengthen collective self-reliance. To promote and strengthen collective self-reliance, and to contribute mutual trust. Fourth one, mutual trust. So these are some objective of SAARC. Maybe in prelims question will become about which of the following statement is correct regarding SAARC. So to promote the welfare and improve the quality of life, this is the one of the objective. Second, to accelerate the economic growth of the nations. Third one, to promote and strengthen collective self-reliance. What is self-reliance? Self-reliance basically means to become whatever things we import from other nation, that is, if we be capable of means production, we be capable of producing anything, then this will be help us to reduce import from the other nations. That is called self-reliance, and contribute mutual trust. Okay, these are the some objectives of SAARC nation. How many centers are online? Please reply here. If you are whether you are noting down or not these points, whether you are noting down or not these points, whatever I am writing here on board, please note down and please reply here. If centers Ranchi, Jamshedpur, Ludhiana, Amritsar, Varanasi, Raipur, so these are the some objective of SAARC. Failure of SAARC, and what are the causes of failure of SAARC nation? What are the reasons for failure of SAARC as international organizations? So biggest failure come from the political sphere, where mainly due to India-Pakistan tensions. So India and Pakistan, two important nation of, that is member of the SAARC nation, SAARC organization. So their tension between India and Pakistan, one of the reason behind for the failure of SAARC organization. So first reason, or we can say first cause, is India-Pakistan tensions. Okay, the first reason. And what are the tensions include? What are the important points you will write under India-Pakistan tension? First is denial of most favored nation treatment. Of most favored nation treatment. Most favored nation, this is associated with which of the following? IMF, World Bank, WTO, or SAARC. In prelims, if the question will come, which of the following most favored nation, most likely you see in news, recently you seen a news, the most favored nation, it is associated which of the following international organizations, and in option given IMF, World Bank, WTO, SARC. So which of the following option will be correct out of 1, 2, 3, 4? Please answer here. Those students who are online, please answer this question. Most favored nation is associated with which of the following organization? Most favored nation is associated with which of the following international organization? IMF, World Bank, WTO, SARC. Please reply, student, online student, please reply if you know the answer. Most favored nation treatment. This is one of the reason behind one of the reason behind tension that create a tension between India and Pakistan. Okay. So denial of most favored nation treatment. India already granted MFN nation to this status to Pakistan. In return, Pakistan not granted to India. Okay. So which of the following organization it is associated with? IMF, World Bank, WTO, SARC. ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट कोई देख रहा है, कोई क्लास में अटेंड है, कोई सेंटर में है ऑनलाइन यहाँ पर या if anyone is online and watching this current affair class, then please reply whatever you know, please reply, but if you will not reply, then I will stop class here. So denial of most favored nation treatment, one of the reason behind and one of the reason for India-Pakistan tension. This most favored nation is associated with WTO, that is World Trade Organizations. Okay, WTO, World Trade Organization. So denial of most favored nation treatment. What is this MFN? This is called providing a free access, a free trade between the two nations. This was again India cancelled during this year. India cancelled its MFN status after पुलवामा अटैक. पुलवामा अटैक जो हुआ था उसके बाद से भी MFN जो ट्रीटमेंट था वो इंडिया ने वापस ले लिया. सेकेंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज कंटिन्यूअस सीज फायर वायलेशन. सेकेंड इज कंटिन्यूअस सीज फायर violation. One of the reason for tension between India and Pakistan, like Uri and Pathankot attack, we can use a reference Uri and Pathankot attack. These are some reasons between India and Pakistan tension. Sponsored terrorism in Kashmir, sponsored terrorism in Kashmir and most recently India's decision to scrap Article 370. India's decision to scrap Article 370 and Article 35A, that created this one of the tension between India and Pakistan. Okay, this is the first reason. What are the causes of failure of SAARC? The first reason is India-Pakistan tension. Second reason is low trade between the nations. Okay, second reason is low trade. Now recently one report published by World Bank, it said that South Asian region is most populated region of the world, but very low integrated nations, and the overall trade is 5% of the global trade. Low trade means 5% of the global trade. Means trade between these nations, India, Pakistan, all the 8 nations, India, Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, the trade is just 5% of the global trade. Okay. Second one is, third one, fragmentation. Fragmentation in the sense due to influence of external powers. Due to influence of external powers like USA, China and Russia, there has been overall fragmentation and conflict among the regional powers. Because of interference of China, Russia, okay, USA in their internal matters, like China creating a one belt, one road initiative China that passes through Pakistan, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Okay, and Aksai Chin, the part of India, Pakistan given to China. So because of interference of these nations, China and even USA in their internal matters, it's create a fragmentation in the sense there is a decline in trust between the nations, and no country is willing to invest in other nations land surface because of their decline in trust between these two nations. So that is called fragmentation. Fourth one, regional conflict and higher bilateralism. regional conflict and higher bilateralism. So regional conflict and higher bilateralism. Regional conflict in the sense, problems between India and Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, India, Nepal. You see, there is a regional conflict between these two nations. India, Pakistan, there are two issues. One is called Kashmir issues, and second one is Sir Creek issues, that are part of Rann of Kutch. Sir Creek issues, India, Sri Lanka, because of more movement of fishermen from India to Sri Lankan territorial water, Tamilians moved there, and because of this there is a dispute between India and Sri Lanka. India and Bangladesh, again a movement, illegal migration of peoples from Bangladesh to India, that is a creation of enclaves there. So, and more bilateralism. Basically, SAARC is a nation that talk about multilateralism. Okay, it talk about multilateralism. What is the meaning of this? If any conflict arises between, suppose there is a conflict between India and Bangladesh, then all nations sit together and they decide, they solve the disputes between the two nations. But there is a question of bilateralism. In reality, we are seeing the more and more bilateralism without interference of the third party. So because of this, what happened? There is a decline in trust between each and other nations. Okay, so regional conflict and higher bilateralism. The institutional framework, no institutional framework for resolving dispute and for resolving disputes like other nations, other international organizations like WTO, World Bank, International Monetary Fund. There is a body, there is a separate body, that is dispute resolving body. But in case of SAARC nations, there is no any such a dispute resolving body that solve the problem, that solve the dispute that arise between the nations. So this is one of the reason. And sixth one is a financial constraint. Financial constraint. Okay. due to increasing conflicts, countries are less interested in regional investment. Okay, due to increasing conflicts, countries are less interested in regional investment, and fundraising and increasingly are seen moving toward the external states and actors. So these are some 6 points you noted down for causes for failure of the SAARC nations. Okay, and now India is shifting more towards BIMSTEC. So let's see what are the important points. Related with the BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC. So what is BIMSTEC? Bay of Bengal Initiative. The Bay of Bengal initiatives. Bay of Bengal initiatives for multi-sectoral technical and economic cooperation. Technical and economic cooperation. This is the full form of BIMSTEC. First of all, you have to remember this thing. In mains, if you have to write answer, if the question is about BIMSTEC, then you have to write a complete full form. Then you will be able to get a good marks. Only writing SAARC, suppose your entire answer, when you will start your answer, then write SAARC, full form of SAARC. BIMSTEC, first statement you are writing about BIMSTEC. In that case, you have to write a complete full form. Then after writing, no need to write every time BIMSTEC, complete BIMSTEC, full form of BIMSTEC. Once you write, when you start your answer, so the BIMSTEC, then you write the Bay of Bengal Initiative for multi-sectoral, technical and economic cooperation. And then after, if you are using the, you have to use BIMSTEC, then you will write BIMSTEC only. Okay. Only one time examiner must know whether you know the full form of BIMSTEC or not. Because Bay of Bengal Initiative for multi-sectoral, technical and economic cooperation. This is the, we are talking about, this is why India is shifting more towards BIMSTEC, because of the failure of these SAARC nations, SAARC organizations. Okay. It is an international organization involving a group of countries in South Asia and Southeast Asia. So what is BIMSTEC? It is an international organization. It is an international organization. It is an international organization involving a group of countries, in South Asia and Southeast Asia. Okay. So what is all about BIMSTEC? BIMSTEC is an international organization involving a group of countries in South Asia and Southeast Asia. See, there is a difference between BIMSTEC and SAARC. SAARC is only include the countries present in South Asia, but BIMSTEC include the countries present in South Asia and Southeast Asia, both the part of the world. Okay, so when we talk about South Asia, so it is a 7-member country. It is a 7-member bodies, and it was established in 1997 through Bangkok Declaration. It was established in 1997 through Bangkok Declaration. Bangkok Declaration. ओके, हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ है? ढाका, बांग्लादेश। हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ है इसका? हेडक्वार्टर ढाका, बांग्ला, ओके, ढाका बांग्लादेश। बिम्स्टेक का हेडक्वार्टर ढाका बांग्लादेश है। Now, I told you it is a 7-member body. BIMSTEC is a 7 members body. Now, what are the members of BIMSTEC? Which of the following? So, the belong to South Asia and Southeast Asia. Okay. South Asia include your India, okay, our India, lovely India. Second, Pakistan. Third, Bhutan. Fourth, Nepal. Fifth, Bangladesh. Countries from South Asia: India, Pakistan, Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh. South Asia: Thailand and Myanmar. Thailand and Myanmar. The 7-member nations, BIMSTEC. Okay. Those are the members of this BIMSTEC. You should remember the member of the BIMSTEC, because in prelims maybe question will come, which of the following is not a part of BIMSTEC. So remember 3 nations that are part of SAARC is not the part of BIMSTEC. 3 nations, that is Afghanistan. This is the part of SAARC, but not the part of BIMSTEC. Oh, sorry, Pakistan is not a member of BIMSTEC. So India, Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Pakistan and Maldives are 3 nations that are part of SAARC, but it's not the part of, okay, not the part of BIMSTEC. Okay. Then write a main objective of BIMSTEC: technological and economic cooperation. Main objective of BIMSTEC is technological and economic cooperation. Technological and economic cooperation in South Asia and Southeast Asia. In South Asia and Southeast Asia. Okay, a technological cooperation between the South Asia and Southeast Asia. South Asia, the part of Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India, and Southeast Asia, that is the Thailand, Myanmar. Okay. Now, why Bay of Bengal is so important here? Bay of Bengal is important because it is the largest bay in the world. You see the indefinite, when we explain BIMSTEC, what is the full form of BIMSTEC? In that case, we said a Bay of Bengal initiative for multi-sectoral technical and economic cooperation between the nations. So what is Bay of Bengal? Bay of Bengal is the largest bay of the world. It is the largest bay in the world, and 22% of world population live in 7 countries. So Bay of Bengal, %22 of world's population live in 7 countries, and combined GDP close to 2.7 trillion. 22% of world's population, 22% of world's population, and total economy 2.7 trillions. 2.7 trillion. Ranchi, are you online? Ranchi, Santosh, Ranchi, are you online? Vijayanagar, Shivamoga, these centers are online. Vijayanagar, Ranchi, Shivamoga. The bay also has vast untapped natural resources. The Bay of Bengal has also vast untapped natural resources. Untapped natural resources. Now, why BIMSTEC is important for India? Significance for India. We'll see a significance for India. BIMSTEC significance for India. Significance for India. First, it allows India to pursue 3 core policies. It allows India to pursue 3 core policies. 3 core policy of India. First, neighborhood first. Second, Act East policy, and third, regional development of north eastern states. 3 core policy of India. Act East policy, neighborhood first. Act East policy, regional development of northeastern states. 3 important foreign policy of India. If India will more line toward the BIMSTEC, if India is more cooperate with the BIMSTEC, the 3 important foreign policy of India, that is the neighborhood first, Act East policy, and the third one, regional development of northeastern states. As you know that Thailand and Myanmar are the 2 nations that are very close to the northeastern states. So if India will invest in such a countries, and if there is a trade relation between these 2 nations increases, if the trade between these 2 nations increases, it will increase employment opportunities in northeastern states, and people of northeastern will be benefited, and they will also provide a good infrastructure development. Okay, so regional development in northeastern state, the more it is the part of India's 3 core policies. Okay, so because of this we can say BIMSTEC, India is more participant in BIMSTEC because of to fulfill all these 3 core policies. Okay, like a Sittwe port in Myanmar, connectivity of Sittwe port in Myanmar with Kolkata port. Kolkata port in India, or connectivity between the nations. So Sittwe port in Myanmar more connected with the Kolkata port in, that is on river Hooghly, and this is Sittwe port on Kalwan rivers. Okay. because of nobody is watching online, so I am suspending today's class. We will meet in next class. Okay, thank you to all.